I don't understand why you're not getting this.
The folks behind kids' movies know that adults accompany children to the movie theater, so they're always careful to include jokes and references that appeal to the grown-up crowd in the audience. DC League of Super Pets is definitely no exception to this, and this movie is especially good for grown-ups who are big DC fans. These are all the moments in DC League of Super Pets that were made for adults. Number 1. Crypto's book of choice is likely to go way over most kids' heads. In this scene, Crypto and Superman are enjoying some leisure time reading together. Crypto is reading War and Peace. Most kids probably wouldn't think anything of this choice in reading material, other than the fact that a dog reading at all is funny. Adults, on the other hand, know that War and Peace is an especially difficult piece of Russian literature. Crypto must be quite the bibliophile.
You ain't normal, man.
Number 2. Even Batman wants his royalty checks. In one scene, Superman has a Batman toy for Crypto, and Batman says,
"That better be a licensed toy or I will freak out."
Only adults would understand that Batman wants to get royalties on all his branded merchandise. You've earned it, Batman. We support you.
That can't be sanitary.
Number 3. In DC League of Super Pets, there's an ongoing joke that certain lines have been bleeped out. Movies that aren't designed to be kid-friendly sometimes have words that are deemed inappropriate for children that are bleeped out later to make them kid-friendly. When movies are made for kids, the profanity is generally left out entirely. This movie, on the other hand, proves that somewhere in the middle when certain moments are designed to make it seem like characters are saying expletives.
Update! I'm fast now, but I can't see
While this is obviously geared toward adults, we're guessing that no matter how old you are, watching cute little animals swear is at least a little funny. Number 4. You probably didn't expect to hear the expression going ham in DC League of Super Pets. Not only is the expression going ham a little outdated for kids today, but it's an acronym for a pretty profane expression. It stands for going hard as a... well, you know the rest. Or you can search it on Google. The use of going ham is definitely a joke for the parents only. Number 5. Merton's superhero name is one turtly, hilarious pun. When Merton the Turtle has superpowers, she's known as Shell on Wheels. This is a play on Hell on Wheels, an expression that would likely go right over most young kids' heads.
This explains so much!
Number 6. There's a pretty unexpected reference to the Great British Bake Off. Crypto explains how he and Superman have a plan to watch the Great British Bake Off together.
Pretty dressed up for the British Bake Off, but you know what? It makes sense. This is the season finale.
Kids may know of this very popular series, but this joke will definitely be funnier to the grown-ups watching who know the nature of the series, how popular it is, and the implications of ditching a very wholesome night of TV for a first date.
I have a date on Bake Off night? Bad owner!
Number 7. Crypto has a strange idea about what FedEx stands for. There's a scene in the movie where Crypto totally misunderstands what FedEx is. When Crypto has never heard of FedEx, he guesses that the name stands for,
of course, the Federation of Exes.
And claims that such a thing is
not to be trusted.
Kids will likely miss this joke, since they probably don't have a reason to distrust Exes. Adults, on the other hand, will definitely get it. Number 8. As much as a joke about a dog peeing is perfectly designed for children, the joke about bidets being water fountains for dogs is a little more adult-oriented.
You were saying something?
How much did you have to drink?
When Ace is explaining why his bladder is so unusually full, he says he drank from a bidet, and explains that it's like a water fountain for dogs.
Bidet too, which is crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing, but it's like a dog water fountain.
To adults who are familiar with bidets, he makes a valid point. For kids who aren't, they're probably still laughing because there's a peeing dog on screen. Number 9. It's pretty surprising that Crypto is actually a big meme guy. At the start of the movie, Crypto has no idea how to seem like a normal, non-superhero dog.
What is new with you, fellow normal dog?
He tries and mostly fails to fit in with the others. He even says, fellow kids, when trying to do so. For young kids, this joke will mean nothing. For adults who've spent any amount of time at all on the internet, we know this is a reference to that Steve Buscemi 30 Rock meme.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Number 10. Merton the Turtle is surprisingly flirty for a cartoon animal. She puts the moves on pretty much anyone or anything that's around. Most children are likely aware that there's something strange about Merton or that she's a bit on the flirty side. Some of Merton's moments, however, are more geared toward adults, like when she finds herself next to a Garfield stuffed animal and tries to make a pass at the toy by saying,
"What's happening, handsome? Come on, we're both grown-ups."
Number 11. Adults surely love the joke that Batman works alone. Batman has to be one of the most famous superheroes there is, but he's also known for being a superhero that doesn't actually have any superpowers. Rather, he has a big team and loads of fancy equipment that turns him from Bruce Wayne into the famous world-saving hero we all know and love. While this is a pretty well-known fact among adults, it's probably not something the average kid has given much thought to. In one scene, Batman says, "Batman works alone." Except, and proceeds to list the team of people he needs to help him do what he does, which has the makings of a joke that will likely only land for adults. Number 12. Lucius Fox is referred to as whoever Morgan Freeman played. How much about the DC universe and where exactly you know it from varies greatly from person to person. For most kids, they likely don't know a whole lot. So when CEO of Wayne Enterprises, Lucius Fox, is known as whoever Morgan Freeman played, this is a pretty funny reference for the many folks who only know that character from watching the super popular Dark Knight trilogy. Number 13. This movie is full of DC establishments with names that are punny plays on places in the real world. There's Stryker's Island, which is where captured villains go in the DC universe. In the Marvel universe, the captured villains go to Riker's Island. It's safe to say that both these names are plays on the real-life Riker's Island, and it's also safe to say that both of these jokey names are in debatably poor taste. On the other hand, there's a famous Metropolis establishment that's in good taste. Very good taste, in fact. You can see a Sun Dollar in the movie, which is DC Universe's famous coffee chain. It's based on our universe's famous coffee chain, Starbucks. Get it? Sun Dollar, Starbucks? That's clever. Number 14. Comic fans have plenty of hidden jokes to uncover in DC League of Super Pets. There are so many references to find if you're a major DC fan, and many of them are way deeper and more niche than just base knowledge of Batman and Superman. And while kids will certainly get the
"They should call me Iron Man,"
it is way funnier for adults who understand the implications of a Marvel pun in a DC movie.
Why couldn't I have gotten a magic hammer or something?
Number 15. Some of our favorite Saturday Night Live comedians transformed into super pets for this movie. It's very common for kids' animated movies to snag the biggest and most famous cast of voice actors they can. And this move is pretty much always for the grown-ups watching the movie. In the case of DC League of Super Pets, they went with some SNL cast members that adults are surely happy to see. Or hear. Most children aren't likely to recognize the voices of SNL cast members. For parents, however, having famous funny ladies like Kate McKinnon and Vanessa Bayer as Lulu and PB will make the movie extra funny for Saturday Night Live fans. Did you catch all these made for grown-ups moments? Were there any other scenes you thought were designed for a more adult crowd? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you love videos like this one and all things animation, be sure to like and subscribe to Things Animated for all the latest on your animated favorites.